Shalom, shalom, beloved, and welcome to rYse Radio, a ministry of RBM, where it is our duty to equip and empower you to help prosper you in the Most High Yah and bring together Zion in one mind and on one accord in our King and our Messiah, Yahshua, the line of Yehuda and Judah. My name is Laway, and it's a pleasure to be with you all here today for our third quarter Shabbat meditation for the month of Abib during, of course, the Feast of Unleavened Bread that began with Passover and ends with the resurrection. It begins with death, and it's so, man, like the Most High is just so awesome and so profound, because you have a feast called the Feast of Unleavened Bread, a time when our ancestors um, were enslaved, and the Most High he had begun the process of delivering his people and establishing them to himself, establishing a nation of people that results in what we are today. And so when you connect Passover back then with Passover today, it's just a continuity that you can't ignore. The whole thing with our ancestors being enslaved in Egypt and enslaved again in Egypt. Deuteronomy 28:68, I'm just, and again, like I said, the Feast of Unleavened Bread is about humble beginnings, right? And it's about us remembering to stay humble, to be humble, because, our ancestors, when the Most High had freed them from enslavement in Egypt and had called them to worship Him in the wilderness, they didn't have time to ferment the yeast. They didn't have time to proof the bread, right? You know, when you understand baking, you understand the proofing process. So they didn't have time to do that. So that's why they had to go with the unleavened bread. Some call it tortillas, some may call it wine bread, naan bread or whatever, pita bread, Um, however, our ancestors came up with this concept, and they've been making burritos ever since, And so, like I said, this time is so precious right now, and our people, um, that's why we sound the trumpets here, at the new moon, at the full moon, on our feast days. We do that month to month, year to year, and the Most High willing, will continue to do that. And you know, like I said, this is the third quarter Shabbat of the month of Abib, where um, we just passed the the middle, the midweek of our Feast of Unleavened Bread, Passover. And again, the Most High is so awesome, man. Like, I'm not, you know, it's like, how do you design this? The Most High is just so genius. He's just so, like, you can't clone him, you can't replicate him, you can't you can't create AI to try to produce his results, because the Most High operates in he's omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, um, with all those variables, and then he transcends time and is everywhere at the same time. And so, with that said, we have a feast that was set apart when our ancestors were first freed from Egypt. Okay, a feast that began with death, because remember, it took the Most High killing the firstborn of Egypt for them to even release his people. And he was asking, like, he was just like, hey man, just let my people go, let my people go. But it took for him to kill, for them to understand how serious this was. And Moshe, if you recall the text, he didn't want it to come to that. Like he was just like, just let us go. Let us go worship the Most High Yah. Let us go do that, man. We just want to be his people. We want to be under his command and his rule, like we were from the days of Enoch, from the time of Shem, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Moshe, understanding that he was a prince. Not only was he a prince in Egypt, but he was a prince. He understood that he was a prince of Jacob. And, like I said, man, think about this. What does the Feast of Unleavened Bread begin with? And what does it end with? Right? It begins in death, because Passover is all about the Most High saving us from death. And then we had one of our own die at the beginning of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is Passover, right? Yahshua. And then resurrecting at the end of Unleavened Bread. So it's like, and that's the same thing that happened to our people. It's like Passover began with death, with the killing of the lamb. And then them being resurrected and becoming a nation after the Most High freed them from Egypt, servitude in Egypt. And now our Messiah returning, right? The Passover lamb, and resurrecting his people, okay, from servitude here in Egypt. So it's like deja vu, man. Like, you can't make this up, man. Nobody is that smart, nobody is that smart. And when you pay attention to what's going on in the world, the things we've been sharing here over the last few years, I can tell you, man, like, I'm not that smart. I never took a IQ test or anything like that. I just observe the ways of the Most High, and he blows my mind every time, And so again, like I said, we're a couple of days away from the end of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which begins with life, or it begins. The Feast of Unleavened Bread begins in death, but it ends in life, the resurrection of our Messiah. Just like this month, begins with life. And so this is just like a little video I took at the beginning of this month. I didn't get a chance to share it, and these are just some rose bushes we have here in the backyard. And this time, at the beginning of this month of Abib, these rose bushes always begin to bloom, And the same thing happened like in New Orleans, when where I grew up, we had a rose bush in front of our house, and it would always bloom. It seemed like to me at that time it was during winter, right? Because I wasn't aware of our ancestors, true calendar. But now understanding these things, these days, it makes sense, And so all like during the deep, heavy winter months, these rose bushes or trees, they don't bloom, they don't have any roses. And I'm gonna say it again, at the beginning of this month, the month of Abib, is when I saw that the roses had started to flourish and bloom on these trees. So to me, it was just like another sign that, we were really being synced up with the Most High, And so, this is the month of Abib. Praise the Most High for that. Praise the Most High for another year. Praise the Most High for new beginnings. Praise the Most High for the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the ending, Yahshua, and man, like you, the beginning and the ending, he was birthed in the beginning, ended and descended in the middle of the month, the same month he was born, like and then came back, man, the line of Judah, like, man, the Most High is just so awesome and poetic. You know, we're not going to be very long here. I just wanted to stop by and remind our people, to take Passover. We have a couple of days left. It ends Tuesday evening. I believe that's going to be March 5th, the evening of. Let's see, tomorrow's the 4th. Okay, so Passover began about 7 days last week. So tomorrow evening ends the Feast of Unleavened Bread and begins the Feast of First Fruits. Right, so Tuesday evening, March 5th, ends the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And it ends Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the Feast of First Fruits for this year. And so we're going to come back and do, the Most High willing, we're going to do a commentary for the Feast of First Fruits, which marks the resurrection of our Messiah. Again, the Feast of Unleavened Bread begins in death, but it ends in life. It's such a beautiful time. And, I want to share the scripture here. It says that the vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in days Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, kings. Hear heavens, listen earth, for the Most High Yah has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, yet they rebelled against me. The oxen knows his owner, and donkeys a master's crib, but Israel doesn't know who they are. My people don't consider. And I thought it was important to speak on this scripture because, like, we're in one of the most important times of the year right now, and our people don't know. They don't consider. They don't know that they are the Most High's elect. It's a sad time, man. It really is, because like right now, people waiting on this. They waiting on Easter Sunday, right? Not knowing what the Gregorian calendar is really about. And with this pretty deception, with this, it's deception and pretty little eggs dipped in the blood of idols, however, Passover, is ugly. It's dipped in the blood of our ancestors, covered in the blood of Yahshua. All right. So remember Passover, and remember what our ancestor Micah, a prophet of the Most High, said here in this text, where he said, "Who is like the Most High Yah? Who is an Elohim like you? Who pardons transgression and forgives the sin," or and he just kind of repeated it here. Who pardons transgression and forgives us, the remnant of his inheritance. You do not stay angry forever, but delight to show mercy. And so this was a prophet, Micah, named after one of the archangels, Michael. Micah, his name means, who is like Yah, who is like the Most High Yah. And really, truly, who is like him, because we've been through so much, yet the Most High is still here to pardon our transgressions and, forgive us of our iniquities. and bring us back to Him. And so, that's what this ministry is about. And again, back to Isaiah. We want to encourage you all to take Passover if you hadn't done it yet. We redid the last meditation we did for Passover this year. I'm gonna have to kind of go over it. I just wanted to share some things with Zion to remind us all of who we are. And even though the Most High chastise us, He still loves us. We're still very important to Him. We're the apple of His eye. And He's here to bring us out. So step into the light, all right? And be illuminated. That's according to the book of AaKhaat. Because even in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, it talks about a time when we will wake up to the truth, and we will begin to remind the nations and teach our children that we are the true people of Israel, right? And then the Most High will look upon us at that time. And so, and then that whole chapters, man, you have to read the whole chapter of Deuteronomy 30. Because it does talk about Yahshua. It doesn't say his name like that, but it talks about his whole character and his role in the Most High delivering us. Okay, so please take quote unquote communion, take Passover, take the bread and the wine with the Most High before the end of the feast. This is a high time of the year, and the Most High loves being with his people, and he wants to meet you where you are. Okay. And like I said, we all fall short of the glory of the Most High. It's not about skin tone. It's about your spirit tone, right? It's about worshiping in spirit and in truth, right? So, and there's a lot of things, I want to share. Perhaps maybe the Most High willing, we'll talk about some things regarding the sixth trumpet and what's going to happen after that, and what we can expect after that, and what we need to be doing as a people to fulfill the Most High's purpose and be of service. All right, that's very important. So all right, beloved. So if you haven't prayed it already, we want to encourage you to pray the prayer of salvation, and it simply goes: Heavenly Father, praise your name. Forgive me for my transgressions. Have mercy on my soul. Come into my heart and dwell in me. I confess Yahshua is my King and Deliverer, my Redeemer, who will restore His people and manifest His kingdom. So be it. And if you prayed this for the first time today, we praise the Most High for you. We welcome you to the kingdom, and we want to encourage you to subscribe to the channel so that you'll be notified for future meditations for the edification of your soul and to help strengthen your walk with the Most High. Yeah. All right. So be it. And again, we praise the Most High for you. More commentaries coming soon, the Most High willing. It is a labor of love here, so we want to also encourage you to give to the work, because it's just a system of the Most High. We talked about it before. You had kings who the Most High had allocated to be about administration, to be about business, getting resources. And then you had priests who the Most High allocated to be about studying the Word, teaching the people, serving Him, seeking Him, studying the Word day and night, man. This ain't easy, you understand? Just like a job of a teacher, one of the challenges with the work I do here is knowing what to say and when to say it, because there's so much I want to say, and I know that I'm probably, there's not too many people on this right now. Okay, there's, as far as our timeline and being synced up with the Most High, not everybody is on this, man. And they're not at the same level or on the same level. But that's okay. You understand? I believe, during the millennium reign of peace, the millennium reign of shalom, Solomon that was promised to King David, Yahshua confirmed that. We're gonna have we're gonna have a period of learning and restoring, and there's gonna be judgment. Um, However, the Most High chastises who He loves. So just like we're being chastised, we've been chastised, and so the Most High is bringing us back to knowledge, bringing us back to Him. Any loving relationship between a father and a child, you're gonna have that. You understand? So, and that's what the Most High is extending by way of adoption through Yahshua, our Messiah. Some call Him the Christ. All right. So, with that said, again, the Most High willing, we're gonna try to come back on the Feast of First Fruits, the first day of the week. By the way, you know, um, Resurrection Day isn't 3 days after our Messiah was crucified. It was 3 days and 3 nights that sum up to the the end of a week, and so that's why He appeared that morning on the Feast of First Fruits. All right, the Resurrection Day. And man, like I said, like it always just and the Most High is just so awesome. And we'll get into it more because we are here to gather the Most High's elect by way of blood or adoption, those who will serve Messiah. I'm just one of His messengers. There's many of us out here, and you will be tried and tested. So just be ready for that. And don't forget about the people. Don't forget about us out here doing the work, because it is a challenge. The day to day is not an easy walk. So, anyway, with that said, stay encouraged, beloved. Take it one day at a time. And till the next time we meet, may the Most High bless you and keep you, protect you, sustain you, and guard you. May the Most High make His face to shine upon you with favor and be gracious to you, surrounding you with loving kindness. May the Most High lift up His countenance upon you with divine approval and give you shalom. Peace and blessings.